Even know why they're doing this story now. Coming from the Washington Post, the article is titled "I own the Red Hen restaurant that asked fat fuck Sanders to leave. Resistance isn't futile." Stephanie Wilkinson is the owner of the Red Hen in Lexington, Virginia, or like a co-owner. Whoever had tweeted this person thing out. It says, "Hello, intolerant, intellectually challenged, psychotic socialist. Your so-called business is in jeopardy. Rest assured, this is not a threat, but simply a warning that predicts your downfall. When your treasonous hypocrite lowlife Obama took our nation to despair for 8 years." I said, isn't that what 45 is doing right now? Even though 45 hasn't been in office for 8 years, he's been in office for 2, and he's already destroying everything. Stephanie says, "I've been getting a lot of hate mail for almost a year now, ever since I asked White House Press Secretary Fat Fuck Sanders to leave my Lexington um, restaurant, the Red Hen, last June. At the time, the country was in turmoil over the 45 administration's heinous practice of separating children from their parents at a southern border in our tiny 26-seat restaurant. The horror felt simultaneously immediate and far away. Faced with the prospect of serving a fine meal to a person whose actions in the service of our country we felt violated basic standards of humanity, we balked. We couldn't do it. The person says they took fat fuck Sanders aside and politely suggested that she leave. She agreed equally and politely. She may or may not have expected this day would come, but she never showed any sign of outrage or even much surprise. We'd drawn a line and she accepted it. I'm pretty sure both of us thought that was the end of the matter. When I woke the next morning, social media was on fire. The incident had gone from a Facebook post to a tagged tweet to nationally trending news with the whoosh of lighter fluid to a flame. The blowback was swift and aggressive. Within 24 hours, the restaurant's phone line was hacked. My staff and I were doxxed, and threats to our lives and families and property were pouring in through every available channel. Protesters colonized the streets around the restaurant. Thousands of fake Yelp reviews torpedoed our ratings, and dozens of people attempted to lock up our tables with reservations they had no intention of honoring. Pundits lamented the prospect of red restaurants and blue restaurants in less than 3 days. 45 had mocked them on Twitter. In the days following, I tried to balance fears for the safety of my family and staff against the reality of being well protected in a small, loving community. Overhanging it all was a sense that I had seen this show before. Don't we all have ringside seats to the outrage circus these days? But there was plenty I couldn't predict or assess how likely it was really that the guy texting me from a Minneapolis area code was going to come to town and set fire to the restaurant. It felt impossible to know. When the hate mail started pouring in, things got weirder. For the first few days, the rubber banded bundles fit into my letter's carrier shoulder bag, but soon was forced to heft large with white plastic totes overflowing with letters and packages up to the door. Staring at it all made my stomach clench. It's one thing to set filters on your email, reset your privacy settings on Instagram, and block colors on your phone. It's a whole different feeling to face a mountain of mail dwarfing your living room sofa, not knowing which contained abuse or worse, and which appreciation. The realness of that mail struck me. Paper correspondence carries all the marks of genuine humans, people who feel strongly enough about the whole event that they take on those little tasks of letter writing, tracking down paper or card, composing their thoughts, handwriting or printing it out, locating our address, and getting it into the mail. And more than 4,000 painstakingly typed letters, hastily scrawled postcards, and feces-smeared notebook pages. I was branded a racist, a bigot, and a hypocrite, which is everything that 45 is. A victim of 45 derangement syndrome. There's no such thing as that. I was an idiot, or worse, and a lousy manager. Sure, I 86'd Sanders, but it was my business that was going down the drain. Yet, as I kept opening the letters, I saw a pattern. For every hateful message, there was one of gratitude. For every angry accusation that our actions were driven by the inability to accept Hillary Clinton's 2016 loss, there was a note of thanks from someone lamenting 45's rollback of protections for marginalized people. What's more, for every wish that our business die a painful death, there was a dollar bill or a generous check on an order for a gift certificate. When we opened after a 10-day hiatus, our dining room was full. In the following weeks, people who had never been to the Shenandoah Valley traveled out of their way to eat with us. Hundreds of orders for our red hen spice blend poured in, and the love spread far beyond our door. As supporters sent thousands of dollars in donations in our honor to our local food pantry, a domestic violence shelter, and first responders after nearly a year, I'm happy to say that the business is still doing good, better than good actually. And besides the boost to our area charities, our town's hospitality and sales revenues have gone up back up too. Our haters have believed that there were more of them than there were of us. But it turns out that we have more than enough to keep us cooking, and to everyone who might be fearful about taking a stand, I say don't be. Resistance is not futile for you or your business.